that you can cross from one side of the city to the other for the low cost of $96. Now that's almost as affordable as a train in Britain. Now one thing that we're going to do very simply is to eliminate tax from our city. We won't be making much money for a while, however, once we get enough citizens in our city all riding the train network, then we can start making some real money. Anyway, as we can see, more and more people are moving into the city. Truly wonderful stuff. And I think it's time for us to actually set up our first little district. First things first, we're going to want to enforce speed bumps to lower the noise pollution, get a heavy traffic ban, and enable a roadside parking fee, because, well, I think it's entertaining. Now, already we're going to be noticing our first few citizens actually riding our expressway. Actually, I suppose it's not really an expressway, it's more of like an slow way. Travis here wants to get to work. He works at the college. In order to do that, Travis then rides a subway train. It is 3 p.m. in the afternoon for Travis. We are going to keep track of him and see how long it takes him to go to his job. He is currently under the map riding a subway car. Look at him go. So Travis has successfully ridden the first subway and is now beginning his journey on the overground route. It is a very simple process because Travis now simply stands in the station and waits for the next underground train to arrive. They've currently spent $8 to get 1/12 of the way there. They've now just spent an additional $8 and they are 2/12 of the way there. They arrive in the next station, disembark and climb over the bridge. Travis started this journey at 3 p.m. He is 2/12 of the way there and it's just gone 5:30. Oh god. Travis, I don't know when your work are expecting you, but I'm guessing it's for 2 days time because you might not arrive on time. Anyway, he's going to continue his journey and we'll check back in with him hopefully when he's finished. But look at this wonderful setup of subway trains. Every time they go, I make money. Okay, where's Travis up to? Okay, Travis is now waiting for the 4th train on his journey, and it is 7:30 p.m. He's doing good. Come on, Travis. Public transport is designed for superheroes like you, doing their part to save the environment by not doing lots of silly trips in a car. Instead, you're doing lots of silly trips on a subway. Oh god, what have I made? It is an abomination, but I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, there have been some rumbling amongst the peasantry, the population of this city. They are being treated unfairly and being held hostage by public transport. This is all nonsense. And in order to show that it is nonsense, I require you to like the video and go into the comment section and say that New Scammington is not a scam. Yes, if enough of you say it, it becomes the truth. And those naughty authority chappies will stop asking questions. Anyway, onwards with the persecution. Profitability. Yes, much better. Alright, it is 10 p.m. at night and it is looking like Travis is almost halfway there.
Sup, Cooper.
Sup? There you go. Hang on a sec. I'm doing good.
Lofi. Man said whelp.
So the thing about this string duper is that you can trade string for emeralds, which means you can get a lot of emeralds just by flicking a lever and then trading.
Lofi. String farm LOL.
Yep.
doing a brilliant job continuing his journey. He has so far only spent $48 to get this far, and he's halfway there. What a man on a mission. Right, and our population is starting to boom. We're almost at 1,000 people in the city. We've still barely taken up much less than 1 plot. Now, some important statistics to keep an eye on are the unemployment rate. As we can see, unemployment is at 0.1%, which is bad for business, but good for population growth. As effectively, if you move to this city, you are guaranteed a job. Now, interestingly, despite the fact that we've designed one hell of a city, our population is actually really quite happy. As you can see, we have a maxed out happiness meter, which is one of the reasons why the population grows so quickly. People want to live in this city, the city where everyone's happy, where taxes are fair, and where public transport is plentiful. Now, I have noticed it is now 4 a.m. on February, and Travis, how are you doing? Have you made it to your job yet? Nope, you are still going to work. Well, you've only got 2 more trips ahead of you, Travis, and then it's just the long... walk all the way from the underground station across to the college. And there we have it, just 19 hours after setting off, Travis Ridley has made it to work at the college. Truly wonderful. Oh my goodness, we actually did it. 19 hours. That's how long it took him. 19 whole hours. Okay. We have designed, I think, probably one of the greatest cities ever invented. Now, one thing that I absolutely love about City Skylines 2 is that everything is tracked in a giant production chain, meaning that you can actually balance this bad boy out. For example, timber is very important as it's used to upkeep buildings. It's also used for chairs, it's used for paper. Currently we're producing it at a massive deficit, so I've built some lovely lumberjacks to deforest our local world. They will then lower the cost of wood, meaning we're more likely to get some timber industries turning them into planks, and we can repeat this process until our economy is perfectly balanced and at maximum levels of profitability. Our population is up to a very successful 2,300 at the moment, which is very jazzy indeed. And yet people still want to keep moving in. There is still medium residential demand, so more people are entering the city. Oh my goodness, look at all of my citizens outside of their houses doing like yoga and Zumba. Very interesting, very cool. I also like the dogs. This is Pebbles the dog. Hello Pebbles the dog. But yes, the city is going quite well. The focus still is very much on this subway station. And as we can see, it's busy, but not exactly as busy as I would like. Don't worry, we'll be improving this with time. Our population hasn't even started to boom in the way that I wanted to. Oh, there are only 2,000 people moving in each month. This statistic can go so much higher. Right, welcome back ladies and gentlemen. Our population is up to 4,500 and our lovely underground tram line is incredibly busy. We're seeing approximately 200 people be using the transport network at any one time. However, this could get better, and it is as more people move in and more jobs open. But I've decided to begin min-maxing the jobs by designing the worst street layout imaginable. See, by making all of the businesses a maximum of 2 squares deep, we're able to squeeze in far more of them, which means we're able to employ more people over a smaller area of land. This is incredibly efficient, and whilst it looks very stupid indeed, it's exactly the way we like it. And it's helping us keep our unemployment rate to a wonderful 0.4%, which is in turn driving up our population, which is still growing at 2,000 people per month. And most importantly, we have this wonderful graph here. This is the city statistics of how many people per month are riding on our lovely public transport. As we can see, so far in the month of March, we've had 4,000 public transport trips. This basically means the amount of money we've made is $8 times by 4,000, which is 32,000. Now that's okay, but 32,000 a month isn't exactly very good. I mean, it's not even enough to pay for a medical clinic, and it would appear our city is also flipped because our population is now high enough, more and more people want to live in high density. This is the move that we're going to be seeing. Less and less people will want medium density, they'll want high density as they get slightly richer. This is very good for us, of course, because you can fit a lot of people in high density. Just this tiny square here, the same size as this building, instead of fitting 30 households, can now fit 150. That is an absurd potential spike in population. And of course, they're going to need jobs. I mean, just look at this bad boy. This massive monumental skyscraper can fit 236 residents in it. That's 236 people who will now be needing to use our underground system to go shop, to go work, to just do everything. It's brilliant. Right, the population is now up to 5,500, which is very good. And we can see that last month we managed to get just over 6,000 trips on our subway, which is very good, but of course can be improved. We can see there's always a continuous flow of people coming in and out of our little station, having to go around and then continue the giant chain, but this entire process could be much more efficient with more population, of course. Now we are of course still operating at a loss, but this is to be expected and something that I'm planning for. I don't really intend to make money until we're up to at least 10,000 population. That's when we can start charging more for our subway trips. Well, we're back in my city, ladies and gentlemen, and things are going fantastically well. I have achieved maximum happiness. Everyone loves living in this city, mostly because we're all so fabulously rich. It's hard to say where that wealth is coming from, mind you, especially when we think about how much money we're now making from public transport. We are making 8.9 million an hour simply because people are spending a stupendous quantity of money to ride on multiple subways. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it does just work. We are making an obscene quantity of cash. And yet our citizens are happy. They say they're incredibly wealthy and they say that the tax is fair because, well, there isn't any tax. Everyone loves being in our city. Unemployment is down to 1% and only 6 people think about moving away each month. I think it's safe to say we've done something very good indeed. Life is good in New Scamington. We're fabulously rich and wealthy and our population loves us for it. And we've designed something of obscene perfection. All I'm going to do is continue to let the game run and try and watch as this city expands out and how high our population can go.
3,000 years later.
Now I did leave my city to run for several years, which has led to a few issues. Namely, all of the plants over here have died from pollution. It's not exactly the best situation to be in, but oh well, these things happen. I guess it's my fault for building all of the industry upwind of all of our forestry and nature reserves. Still, the city of New Scamington is close to hitting the population of 40,000, and we're in a permanent state of economical bliss. There's no tax, and any money we make I just spend on weird, frivolous projects, like the Grand Phallicus that we have floating off of our empire's border. Ah, perfect. The Phallicus is now leaking our waste into the sea. What a brilliant situation to be in. Welcome to the continuation of our city, ladies and gentlemen. We continue to make millions and millions and millions as our population march endlessly into the corridor of financial success, or in their case, economic poverty. Now, as fun as it is to watch the endless march of the ants, I believe that as they have given me so much money, it is only fair that I continue their suffering with the longest journey. That's right, our final journey taking our citizens into the city is simply too fast. So instead, I want to make it just a little bit longer. We must now build the longest journey possible using just a tram. That's right, we're going to build one very simple, slow-moving, one-way tram track. We'll eventually arrive over here on the other side of the street, depositing our lovely pedestrians to go into the final stretch of the underground. Now you might be thinking, Spiff, why on earth did you choose a tram? Why not any of the other vastly more superior modes of transport? Well, it's very simple. It's because trams are terrible. And it's not their fault, they're just incredibly slow. It's the lack of speed that makes them perfect for my challenge today, as we can maximize human suffering. And you know what better way to start the tram route than to actually sail it past our very own city? So that way we really crush any feeling of freedom that our citizens might have, as they can say, hang on a second, I've been riding on the underground for over a day, and I can still see my house and I'm nowhere closer to my job. This is the exact level of despair that we want our citizens to have as we encircle their prison. I am actually creating an absolute monstrosity. It takes so long for a single tram to do. But you know what? I can actually just loop it back around, can't I? Yep, trams can basically turn on the spot, so yeah, just back we go. Oh god, we just doubled the route endlessly. And tram tracks are so cheap to build. We could charge $50 for it. $50! We're now taking the tram through the forest, very cute scenic route. Now we're moving towards the industrial metropolis sprawl that allows my FPS. So okay, as long as I look away from it, the FPS comes
Yes.
back to that.
We're not gaming at 7:40 in the morning, are we?
Why not?
Because the rule is 9 a.m. We've
Since
said
when?
Many times.
You've
The last
never...
time we had this conversation.
What?
9 a.m. Not 7 a.m. 9 a.m.
What are you
So
talking
if
about?
anyone's gaming, come off your screens right now, please.
That's never been a rule,
Come off
Mum.
your screen right now as if you're doing homework.
I don't know what you're
Discussed
talking.
this many times. Perhaps you hear me this